X-Men movie eyes Thunderbolts filmmaker Jake Schreier as director. Look, this coming from Hollywood Reporter, Jake Schreier, hot off of directing Marvel's Thunderbolts, also known as New Avengers now, is in talks to return to the company with big screen reboots of X-Men. Sources confirm that Schreier, whose movie garnered some of the best reviews for Marvel in quite a few years, is engaged in early talks in for the gig. Michael Leslie, a writer of Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, is penning the script with Marvel's Kevin Feige, as usual, producing the feature, which is currently untitled. Marvel has been quietly moving ahead on finding the X-Men director front for a few weeks now. Talk of a director heated up last week. The development finally puts an X-Men movie from Marvel on track to viability. The title, first created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in the early 60s, has been the most popular Marvel comic book since the 80s, and then a popular cartoon in the 90s, and the Bryan Singer directed movie released in 2000 was one of the films that ushered in the modern comic book movie era, with its cast becoming enmeshed in popular culture. Even now, 25 years later, actors such as Hugh Jackman are still playing their roles to the delight of audiences. Last year's Deadpool and Wolverine, which grossed over $1.3 billion. Okay. So, Jake Schreier, who just did the Thunderbolts movie, which is a fantastic film. It really is. I know there's some people out there who try and say, it's not even that good or stuff like that. Look, it is a damn good movie. It has a lot of great moments in it, some fun action. Is it a perfect film? No. By no means is it a perfect film. But it is a good action, good comic book movie. It does everything you want it to do, and it's a good team-up film, which is what you need for X-Men. And the one thing I liked, it was a positive as well as a negative in a way when it comes to Thunderbolts, but the scale of it, it wasn't overly large. It was very small in scale, but it really felt like it was personal, if that makes sense. And I think that would be really, really beneficial to an X-Men movie. So I hope if they do pick Jack Schreier, if he is the one that actually takes the job, that they kind of stick to that idea for an X-Men movie, because it kind of started getting a little out of hand when it comes to Dark Phoenix and Apocalypse, Age of Apocalypse, or whatever the Apocalypse one was. They just started getting out of hand. They try to go too large and get out of hand. I think they just need to rein it in a little bit, make it a little bit smaller, a little more personal, and really just focus on the X-Men and the idea of the mutants for a little bit. But I think Jake Schreier, I think, is a good choice for this. Now, he doesn't have a lot of films under his belt. He doesn't have a lot of directing gigs under his belt. I talked about this in my review for Thunderbolts. I mean, prior to Thunderbolts, I think he did Skeleton Crew. I think he did a couple episodes of Skeleton Crew. He did the show Beef, which is what was kind of his connection to Steven Yeun whenever he was going to play Sentry. But he's also done a whole bunch of music videos prior to all this. I mean, there's a couple other films in there, but nothing really big. Some TV shows as well. So this is kind of like his coming out was Thunderbolts. Like, he really showed the world, like, look, I can do this stuff. I can really do this. And Marvel likes to, like, hey, you do a solid for, like, you did something really good for us. Let's keep going. Let's see what else you can do. They did that with the Russos. With Civil War, or not with Civil War, with Winter Soldier. Then they got Civil War, and it goes on from there. And it looks like they're going to kind of do the same thing with Jake Schreier. I think this is a good move. I hope he does take it on, because I liked his style. I liked what he was doing, and I think he can build off of that. I hope it doesn't become too large for him, though. But, yeah, I'm all for it. And then the question comes is, how are they going to fit the X-Men into the MCU? I know that a lot of this is coming in after Secret Wars, and that's going to explain everything, probably how everything fits. But how are they going to fit them in? How are they going to explain them? What the new cast, all that kind of stuff. So much to talk about, so much to figure out. But I'm excited. What do you think? Do you think Schreier's a good choice for this? Who would you like to see if you don't think it should be Schreier? Who would you like to see come in and do X-Men? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.